Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and we are so excited to welcome a global media personality and authority on intimacy and relationships, Allana Pratt, to the show. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it is so great to be here. We have some fist bump Canadian energy here. We've got the masculine, and I heard you this morning talking about judgment.
Yes.
In the first set. So I have, you ready for a breakthrough?
I don't know, but yes,
it's scary. But yeah, I'm really here to bring dignity to intimacy. I think a lot of time we only think of intimacy as bow, chicka, bow, bow, right? It's only about sex. There's taboo around it. And yet intimacy is the core of connection. I think a lot of the issues going on in the planet, opioid, obesity, all the problems we're having is because we don't have an intimate relationship with ourselves.
I love that. I saw somewhere intimacy, into me, I see.
Yes, beautifully said, beautifully said. So let's practice. So if you go inside and feel, let's start with the easy stuff, like your strength, your genius, your talents, where you're confident. When you go inside and connect with that part of you, how does that feel?
Amazing.
Great.
Super easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now take a breath. Go in and feel your wobbly parts, your insecure parts, your
that's not
hesitant.
camera ready. I just don't know if I can do that.
Okay, but what are you experiencing? Contraction, nervousness, shame, guilt, embarrassment?
Well, like we were talking with Courtney Summel earlier, my throat
shuts right down.
Shuts right down. It gets super tight. I feel like there's hands around my neck.
Right. So I would say we have the issue of these people that we keep attracting maybe in our dating life, emotionally unavailable people, because we're not emotionally available to
Look at Jess's face.
our wobbly
You're
parts.
relating to that, Jess.
The breakthrough's starting. Okay, I'm planting seeds. So the idea is there's a little you, well, probably lots of little yous inside, but the ones we don't like, we take a 2x4, we smuck them over the head, we shove them in the closet, and we put them away. We create a distance, we create disassociation.
But we do this in our mind.
Correct.
Okay.
But everything's energy. We are made of energy, right?
Right.
So this is actually, remember we said like an energetic block when we spoke with Courtney. It's actually an energetic stuck inside you. Throat, heart, belly, depends on what the issue is. So the idea is, if you want intimacy with another, you're loco if you don't have intimacy first with yourself. So the idea is to go inside and go into that closet and go, oh, so sorry. I just smucked you with judgment, rejection, abandonment for decades. I'm so sorry. How can I make up for the damage done? And so instead of seeking on the outside approval, am I doing it right? Do you like me? Can I control the situation? Now that I've got love, I've got to keep love. All of that is futile. The little one inside is the one that needs approval, validation, acknowledgement. And here's the key of the key. Normally, even if we do our inner work, our little you, we go inside and do our inner child work. We're like, okay, hi, nice to see you. Great. Can you change now, please? Because I really need you to be confident. I really need you to lose weight.
No, we don't have time for this.
Yes, exactly. And so little you is like, no, you don't mean it. You're insincere. You have a strategy. I'm gonna mess your life up more now. I'm gonna get in the way. But if you go inside and you're willing to sit with them for eternity, even if they never change.
So how do you envision that though? So you're thinking in your, you see them all in that closet, you open up the door.
I've created all of these transformational guided meditations that are a good 30 minutes long, not longer than our session here. But the idea is you go in and you really mean it. I am so sorry. I've been off trying to look good and do it right, and I've been abandoning you. You need to be told, even though you're sad, I love you. Even though you're terrified, I love you. Even though you messed that up, I love you. I love and accept you. We don't have to celebrate their failure, but we have to say, hey, you did your best. Come here, little one, noogie noogie. I love you. I got your back. And slowly but surely, by building that relationship, your inner self starts to trust you. Oh, you're not gonna shame me even though I messed up? I'm really nervous right now. You're not gonna avoid me anymore? You're gonna be with me? Then there comes this congruency on the inside. And you show up, and of course, I hope you guys like me, but I really don't ultimately care.
Yeah.
And that's a freedom that took me decades to develop, that I'm here to serve, whether the circumstances work out on the outside or not. It took me a 12-year custody battle to learn that. It took, losing my son to live with his dad, losing my house, going into $250,000 of debt, legal debt, like all the places where I was shaming myself, I was humiliated. I had to go in and find her and say, hey girl, you did your best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very interesting.
So how long did it take for you sort of focus on loving this, your inner child before you started to really feel and notice that there was like progress being made? Because I think that's the one thing people get kind of held up on. They're like, I've been doing it for so long and I'm not seeing any results.
Yeah.
So what would you?
I would say probably the reason they haven't got any results. I'm a very highly trained in quantum psychology and spiritual technology practices. I'm a student. I've been doing this for 20 years, but I'm always taking new courses, getting new certifications. And the brain, the way the brain works, when an incident happens, let's say a trauma, something you just can't process, it's too big. It goes into your brain with an image, a thought, an emotion, and a body sensation, 4 elements. Most of the time when we do talk therapy, we're just doing one element. Or maybe we do some somatic body work, just some body sensations. Or maybe we have a good cry, but we're not actually going in, working with the brain and the quantum field to absolutely dissolve it and integrate it into a strength. So unfortunately, when you go in and do the work only 2 or 3 out of 4, what you resist persists. You start to create your worst case scenario. That's why people don't have success. So it's not about how long you're doing it, it's how well you're doing it. And so that's how you dissolve trauma and emotional triggers and charge. But it's also the same way you create new traits, new confidences. You have to be creating them in the brain like this as well. So it's not just a vision board. You got to see it, think it, feel it, get your body into it in order to create more aspects that you choose to be.
And you have exercises that you can learn to do, that you can follow. And
yes, this is all my work that I do. Yeah, this is what it's about.
Wonderful.
Because I want people to get out of pain and be able to connect. Because if I feel me, then I can feel you. And then I can feel me feeling you. And the intimacy is so rich and we don't have to control the outcome. And it's not just in the bedroom. It's with your child who needs to tell you something really tough. It's with a client that needs to know whether they really trust you to move forward with you. And most importantly, it all starts with this relationship with yourself. Can you be with your own emotions and stay present and transform and grow and evolve?
It's just beautiful. I just love that.
Wonderful.
And I think a part of the what I love so much about it is that it is sort of sitting there long enough until you can kind of see through the mirage that is this fear or the mirage that is the insecurity, right? It's like you have to kind of look under the bed to see if there are monsters there to realize there are no monsters there.
Yeah,
So-
that whole image of the phoenix rises out of the flame,
Yes.
right? We really need to sit there long enough for these 4 elements to integrate so that this next part of us, we're really here to grow and evolve and become better. And how does that happen? Through crappy stuff,
Yes.
difficult stuff, unfortunately.
So true.
Right?
The contrast that makes life so beautiful.
Yeah, and if you can practice, okay, little you, this really sucks. All right, I'm totally terrified too, but we got each other's back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we got this, let's do this. Right, if you start to have this way of being inside, you can embrace situations. It's not about being fearless. I don't think that actually exists. I'm terrified on a pretty regular basis. Right before they said like 10 seconds, I'm like, have a moment, right? So I think that means we're alive.
Yes.
It's good. It's good. It's how we evolve to the next level. I can't imagine the caterpillar in the cocoon is like, yeah, this is awesome in here. No, it sucks. It's scary. We don't know what's going to happen. But if we need the outside to be all controlled in order to be okay on the inside, we're never going to be at peace, ever. We've got to learn to be okay in the unknown. And then when you do that, then you can learn to dance with the mystery. You can say, okay, universe, penetrate me. What you got today? Right? And you can start to have fun.
Rob matches us,
just
tapped in,
face.
tuned in, turned on.
There you go.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing everything with us. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Thank you. So my site is allanapratt.com. There's a free training there for women called Vulnerability is the New Sexy. My men's site is Get Her to Say Yes. And there's a free training there called How to Be a Noble Badass. And my YouTube channel is what's growing the most because I answer people's questions 3 times a week. So
I
go
just
there
love
and
it.
subscribe.
Great.
Fantastic.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, all.